This week we've been looking back at 10 years of Look North for East Yorkshire and Lincolnshire. We've looked at our history and some of our favourite moments. Today, Joe Makel's report goes behind the scenes to show you how we make Look North. I'll use camera 2 on the way out of the weather.
It's the last few minutes before Look North goes to air.
It's about a minute and a half tops.
The technical team make their final checks.
Stand by.
Tonight, 2 stories.
And Peter rehearses the headlines.
1, opt out.
And cue. And a very good evening to you. Thank you for joining us.
We hear the words opt out, and at that split second, everybody comes together to operate the sound equipment, the lighting, the cameras, to produce the programme.
Morning, everybody.
Most stories are filmed and edited on the day. We meet in the morning to decide which ones to cover.
We're here to reflect the major news stories of the day, of course. We also want to ensure we reflect how decisions made at Westminster affect viewers in our area. And of course, we want to make sure we reflect and celebrate this fantastic area, East Yorkshire and Lincolnshire, that we're out there at the big events and we leave people with a bit of a smile every night.
Our patch stretches from the top of East Yorkshire down to North Norfolk, and viewers want stories from their area.
Producers are constantly assessing during the day, where the stories are and the kind of geography we're covering during the day. And we also sit down at the end of the day and say, did we do that right?
Reporters are based in Hull, Grimsby and Lincoln.
Are there many disruptions?
They're either filming their own pictures and interviews or working with camera crews.
Well, Amy Cole is at the factory in East Hull.
Sometimes reporting live to give the latest information or broadcast events as they happen.
I'd say that the staff have remained pretty tight-lipped.
Our viewers help us to tell the stories too.
We are very lucky that the audience tells us what they want and the kind of stories that they want us to cover. They're sending pictures, they're sending us video when there's a breaking story. That's a very good position to be in because actually it helps us to assess, just how important the stories we're covering are.
Another key member of the Look North team is over in Leeds.
Now, around about 6:30, somebody will shout in my ear from the gallery in Hull and tell me to get in position. So I'll come over here and then Peter will say,
good evening, young man, how are you?
And I'll start the weather sequence. Now you can see, you can't see a thing behind here, and it does take some time to actually work out where East Yorkshire and Lincolnshire are, but I have got a bit of a cheat, and I'll just do the weather forecast straight to that camera and hope that I flap my arm in roughly the correct area, and that's it really. It all looks very easy, and in fact it is. Peter, that's the forecast.
Back at base, the journalists are editing their reports. And the technical team get ready in the gallery.
I think the secret of good technical operations is to not distract from the content of the programme. As soon as we start to hit problems technically, people stop listening to the news. I think our job is to basically not be noticed.
All the presenters share a dressing room. Makeup and hair is do-it-yourself.
That's headphone hair. Having the headphones on doing the radio. Well, you're sat here, you've got a little computer screen down here, the keyboard, so I can see what's going on, the cameras, and then in your ear, wear a little earpiece there so you can hear all the noise of the control room. Some days it gets very loud and raucous, and can turn them down here with a little control there when it gets too loud. And then you just keep fingers crossed and hope for the best.
Coming out of the weather, stand by, coming to us next.
And then it's time to get in position and wait for the network news to opt out to the regions.
OK, coming out, stand by.
And it's nearly 6:30. Stay with us. It's time to join the BBC's news teams where you are. Goodbye. Well, there we are. That's behind the scenes. This is actually live in the control room at the moment at 7:06. You can see everybody working hard, allegedly. Right down at the far end there is Gemma. She is doing the sound, making sure that I get to you. Stuart is there doing the pictures and the sound as well, making sure they get to the transmitter. This is Michael, our director, a very, very important man. So he was telling me a few minutes ago. And he has all these buttons to press. And some nights he presses them in the right order. This is our producer here, Paul, who said if it's a good show, he's going to buy everybody a drink tonight. Was it a good show?
So far, so good.
Right. The drinks are on him. The drinks are on him. And this is Emma. And see, I remembered your name. It was a bit of a struggle. And she talks, and I hear in here all the time she's talking about accounting. Although, to be honest with Emma, I don't even need to wear an earpiece. I can hear you through the wall, can't I?
Come on, we're busy, we've got stuff to do.
Nag me. So there we are, and thank you very much indeed for watching for the last 10 years. Now let's have a recap of the main national and regional headlines. The Prime Minister warns of a witch hunt against gay people amid internet allegations involving child abuse. Poor broadband speeds are costing jobs and harming our economy. Businesses ask the government for more help. Tomorrow's weather, a dry, sunny start, but it will cloud over with some patchy rain. Top temperatures in the afternoon at around 10 Celsius. 10 is 50 Fahrenheit. Big response on the subject of slow broadband speeds. About time, says Paul, something was done with the broadband in Lincolnshire. I live in Toynton near Spilsby, and the broadband service is awful, less than 0.4. To be honest, I'm not expecting you to get this message before Christmas. Vicky's in Woodall Spa. She says, I live in Woodall Spa. My broadband is pathetic. I'm from Hull originally, and my broadband speed is now lower than my old dial-up connection was 10 years ago at home in Hull. Utterly useless. And Olivia says, our internet is so slow we can only have one person using it at a time. Impossible to do anything. Listen to her, she's still going, aren't you? Keep going. Thank you for watching. Have a nice evening. See you tomorrow at 6:30. Good night.
Bye.